Welcome to Integrity Inspire, your daily dose of inspiration and motivation, featuring the bright and talented members of the Integrity Marketing Group family. Now, here's your host, Integrity co-founder and CEO, Bryan W. Adams.
Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining today's Inspire podcast. I'm so excited to be on location at our very first Integrity Leadership Academy. This is something that we're so passionate about here at Integrity, really investing in our next generation of leaders and making sure that we all continue to grow and expand and learn from the best. And I'm here with Tom Ziglar, the CEO of the Ziglar Corporation, who is leading out our entire Integrity Leadership Academy. So Tom, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Brian, it's just an honor to be here. And I tell you what, when Integrity calls, you got to pick up the phone. So
Well,
what a blessing.
Hey, listen, it's been incredible to see what we're being able to build together. This is a one-of-a-kind leadership academy that is completely curated based on our 5 core values here at Integrity and the 10 virtues that Zig Ziglar and Tom Ziglar teach all the time. And it's been incredible for us to really think about, and this is kind of a dream come true for me personally, to really think about investing in the next generation of leaders. And so our goal is over the next few months to take our top 500 leaders throughout the entire Integrity family through this intensive leadership academy. It's a 3-day academy in which they'll learn so many different lessons around how to become better leaders, how to look at ways to solve problems better, and really based on all these timeless principles that you and your dad created, including our core values. It's going to be a really special time, and we're here right now with a lot of our current leaders going through it, and man, it's been one of the most rewarding experiences of my career.
It's been dynamite. You know, when you bring timeless truths to a group of people who are top performers, who've led incredible organizations, they come together as a family, and then you pack in that the values and the virtues that Integrity's known for, that Ziglar's known for, and you really understand that the byproduct of integrity is trust. And so now the world has changed a little bit. There's all this disruption, more disruptions coming, and the way we lead people, the truth never changes, but the way we connect, the way we inspire, the way we motivate, we believe it's around coach leadership. And so we've had such an interactive time with this first group because what people are learning here, it's things that reaffirm what they believe, but there's new ways to take it back, to grow the organization, to anticipate in advance of what's going on so we can make a difference to our customers, to our family, to those we serve. When we talk about respect and all the core values, it's like a hand in a glove. So the partnership with Integrity from our perspective is like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree anymore. It's been remarkable. Your dad has had such a big impact on my life and so many others. For the people who might not know about Zig Ziglar, he may have been perhaps the most famous public speaker of all time, and really one of the most, I think one of the quotes that I saw earlier, that he touched over 250 million people's lives, really with his timeless truth about leadership. And one of the greatest things he said was, you can have anything in life that you want if you can help enough other people get what they want. And that's really what this Leadership Academy is about, this is not just about business. This is about life and how do we become better people? How do we look at ways to solve more problems, not only at Integrity and your business unit, but also ways to just look at how do we serve better in our communities and really take our core values with your virtues and really take them to the next level. And in this Leadership Academy, we've had the opportunity to record a series of videos. We've got a lot of different videos that we've put together that ties our Integrity core values to your virtues, the Ziglar virtues. And today I'm excited to show a quick sneak peek of some of our videos that show some of our core values here and really about the way that we're tying them all together. And so let's start with our first and most important core value of integrity and the video that we shot about integrity here right now. At Integrity, we have 5 core values that we're passionate about living by. They're core values that are really unchangeable. They're principles that really can stand the test of time. It's core values such as integrity, family, service, respect, and partnership. And in Integrity, we're passionate about living out these core values, not only in business, but also in life, to make sure that we're great people, that we're doing things with integrity, that we're taking care of our families, about we're serving the local communities and the people that are before us. It's about respect. And it's about partnership, understanding that you can't do everything on your own. And when you combine all of these core values, it creates something truly special. And that's what we're about here at Integrity, about really doing great things in business and serving our local communities and the people that we're able to serve with their life, health, and wealth, but also being able to serve our families and being able to serve personally to make sure that we're living by core values that will outlast ourselves. And the very first core value that we set here at Integrity was our name, integrity. Integrity is such a powerful word. It has so much deep, rich meaning that I just believe in so much. And when we were trying to name Integrity, we were sitting in a small room and we were talking about what do we want to be known for? What do we want to come up with different ideas for a name? And one word kept on coming on the board. Is about integrity. We wanted to have integrity in our business practices. We wanted to have integrity in the way we recruited agents and worked with our carrier partners. And we wanted to have integrity in everything we did. And every time that somebody thought of us, we wanted them to think about integrity. And there's a lot of pressure that comes with having your name be integrity. Because when you put that out there, when you say we want to be held to a higher standard, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility that I would say that we all have to make sure that everything that we do really has integrity behind it. And so when we were founding Integrity and we sat around that room and this same word kept on coming up, I remember my partner Mike Wingate saying, why don't we just call it Integrity? And that's what we've been called since the very beginning. And that's what we're so proud of today. In fact, one of the things I'm most proud of, if you look back at our history and when we began Integrity in the early days, we came up with our 5 core values. We came up with the values that we still have today because they're unchanging. They outlast even ourselves. And we want to make sure that we're holding ourselves to account when it comes to these values. And everything starts with integrity. It's in our name. And when you have your name be integrity, it creates a lot of pressure. It creates a responsibility to make sure that we're held to a higher standard. Whenever you think about the word integrity, it's about doing the right thing. One of my key phrases that I talk about all the time is do what you say you'll do when you say you'll do it. It's important to add in that when, because it's not right just to do what you say you'll do. If you don't do it when you say you'll do it, then it loses some of its impact. And part of integrity is making sure that people can count on you. And one of the most powerful examples I've ever heard of integrity is like holding water in your hands. Let me give you an example. So in my hands, I hold some water. And what that symbolizes is integrity. And the idea is that if you let your fingers slip just a little bit, then all of your integrity is gone. And that's why we have such a responsibility here at Integrity to live by that name, to make sure that as we hold this virtue tight, this core value tight, that we are holding on to that to make sure that we keep our integrity in everything that we do. That means that the way we serve people, the way that we look at how we serve our communities, the way that we work with our carrier partners or our wealth institutions, that we have integrity. The way that we take care of our clients with their life, health, and wealth needs, that we do that with integrity in everything we have. And that's one of the reasons that we're so excited about setting up the Integrity Leadership Academy so that we can learn our core values, learn best ideas and best practices. And that's one of the reasons that we're so honored to be partnered with the Ziglar Corporation to help us create this leadership academy, to make sure that we can all come together and do more as we live out our core values. In fact, Zig Ziglar, out of all the things that he had to be proud of, he said that the number one reason for his success was his integrity. Now just think about that. Isn't that amazing that today we have the opportunity to learn from all of his amazing teachings and all the life lessons that he had to be able to live out that core value that he really said was the most important reason for his success. And it's in our name as well. And another thing that Zig Ziglar said was that trust is the byproduct of integrity, and you can't have relationships without trust. Now just think about that. Two of our core values are about integrity and partnership. And so if you think about just the power of combining integrity and having trust and creating partnerships and relationships, it creates so much value for all of us and everybody that we touch as well. And that's why I'm so excited for all of us to be able to collaborate on this core value of integrity today. Oh man, that was so fun.
Yeah.
That was so fun to shoot.
You know, when we were filming that, I was watching you, and one of the things about integrity is it comes from the heart. You got to be the right person. And one of the things I've noticed about leadership at Integrity is that we walk it out, right? We represent that, and people can tell immediately if your words match your actions. And so integrity is the core. It is the foundation stone.
Thank you for saying that. It means a lot to us. We have a next video that we want to talk about, and it's really about family. I know family means so much to you. How does that relate to you?
Well, one of the things we say at Ziglar is we like to adopt everybody, right? Yeah. You come into our sphere, and before you know it, we're hugging your family. And so when we think of family, it's not only the family, like the people we serve, our customers and our clients, we consider them family, but we also consider our team members family.
Yeah.
And so that being a core value of integrity, that says so much, because you know what? You know who I want to do life with? I want to do life with my family.
Yeah.
So let's watch this video.
Our next core value is family. And at Integrity, we are passionate about serving the families in our lives. And for us, that means not only our personal families. One of the reasons we all work so hard is to take care and provide for our family, our immediate family and our extended family. And it's also about serving our work family. So every time you get an email from me, you ever hear me on a podcast, you always hear me say Integrity Families, because we should all look at ourselves as an extended family to be there for each other in the good times and bad. And then it's also about serving the American families that we serve every single day with their life, health, and wealth, and do that in a holistic way to make sure that we're taking care of their families so that they can have the peace of mind that they need. Now, family was something that was ingrained in me in an early age. It was something as I grew up in a small town in West Texas. My mom and dad owned a funeral home. And it was something that every day I heard talked about around our house. It was something about serving a family in one of their toughest times. When somebody passed away, my dad had the honor and the privilege of taking care of their loved one and making sure that they were taken care of in a dignified way. And my dad had this huge passion to make sure that he served each family directly and made sure that everything, every detail was taken care of so that that family had a good memory of that funeral. And I remember growing up, it was probably frustrating as I was growing up, because you don't understand the higher purpose in that when you're a little kid. But as I was growing up, my dad and my parents had me and my sister working in the funeral home when we were very little, and it was opening the door to greet someone as they came in. It was helping get a glass of water or something that they might need. It was also about mowing the grass, and my dad was adamant that the grass needed to be mowed twice a week so that regardless of when a funeral happened, the family would be able to see a nicely mowed lawn. And it was also about washing cars. My dad was adamant about all the details about taking care of a funeral, including making sure that the funeral cars that were used were always washed between every service. And so if you had 3 funerals that day, you washed the cars 3 times, regardless if they were dirty or not. My dad was adamant about making sure that that family, when they got into one of his cars, that they were taken care of like his extended family. It was about even taking care of the flowers, making sure that when you set up the flowers that you looked at every detail to make sure that when the family was sitting there, that there was not a flower out of place. And it was that attention to detail that really helped me focus on this core value of family. Not only are the people that we serve in a difficult time, when somebody's at a hospital and they just found out that they had a major health event, that is a difficult time, and we have the privilege and the honor of making sure that they have the healthcare coverage that they need to take care of their family so they can recuperate physically, but they can be taken care of financially with the healthcare products that we offer. Or when somebody has to go into a nursing home, that's a tough time for a family. And so we want to make sure that we take care of their loved ones with great long-term care, short-term care insurance to make sure that we take some of that burden off. Or at the end of life, when someone passes away, that is a difficult time for a family to go through. And we want to be able to provide the financial security to help take some of that burden off so that we can be there in such a big way for their family to make sure that they have financial resources to not only pay for the funeral, but to also replace income that might be lost or other things that they might need, and help them leave a lasting legacy. And it's also about being there for people when they're planning for their retirement. People work their entire lives to get to a day where they can finally take a breath and relax. And they've saved money so that they can enjoy the final years of their life. And so we want to make sure that we're there for them with great products and wealth management products, annuity products, and others so that we can help them enjoy that time. Now, we're playing a part to make sure that we're helping them make the most of the good days ahead. This is such an incredible calling that I think that we have. And as my dad really was focused on serving each family with their funeral needs, we have the same opportunity to serve each family with their life, health, and wealth needs to make this more simple, more beneficial, and ultimately even more human so that they can make the most of what life brings. It's such an exciting part of living out this core value. And never forget that as an integrity leader, the way that we serve our customer family also depends on the way that we serve our work family here at Integrity, the Integrity family. And if we serve our Integrity family well and take care of all of our needs together, then we can all serve even more customer families than ever before. Man, that was so much fun talking about my family, my background. You were in a family business. You were raised, I love how you say that you've essentially been involved in this business your entire life because
58 years.
Because you had Zig Ziglar. I mean, I can't imagine having Zig Ziglar be your dad and just the timeless truths. I know some of that probably got old at different times and things of that nature, but the idea of family and what that means, you know, that we all work so hard to provide for our families, but then expanding that to our work family is so important. And then expanding that to the overall families that we serve is just a huge part of what we're all about here at Integrity. And like I just said, service is another one of our core values. And service is really at the heart of our mission, right? Our mission is to holistically serve Americans with their life, health, and wealth needs. And we each have the ability and the opportunity to impact so many lives with the products and services that we provide out there in such a meaningful way. And so this next video really talks about how we take our service to the next level. One of our most important core values is service, and it's something I'm incredibly passionate about. In fact, many years ago, as we were starting Integrity, it was amazing how slow it is to start a business. Things just don't happen very fast. And we were looking at the bottom line, looking at the sales numbers of how many policies we sold and things of that nature. And one of my friends reminded me that is a byproduct of really what we do. In fact, at Integrity, we're truly a service organization. If we focus on serving others, then the sales will take care of themselves. And it was something that truly was like a paradigm shift for me as we started thinking about really the focus on how do we take care of people's needs. As Zig Ziglar said, if you can help enough people get what they want, then you can have everything you want. It's such a true statement there that if you think about being able to serve people, just think about going to a great restaurant or going to a nice resort where everything is taken care of. They know you by name. They greet you at the door and they are hospitable. And it makes you want to tell your friends about that. It makes you want to go back there. It makes you want to experience that even more. And that's such an incredible point of what we're doing here at Integrity, is making sure that we serve Americans for the good days ahead. In fact, Zig Ziglar also said that if you believe that your product or service truly fulfills a need, then you have a moral obligation to sell it. Now think about what he just said there. If what you do truly fulfills a need, then you have a moral obligation to serve others with it. And think about the products and services that we get to offer. We're helping people plan for their life, health, and wealth needs. These are needs that every one of us will have at some part of our life. And we have a moral obligation to serve others. And so that passion that we have, the most important number that we now track is how many people do we serve on an annual basis. In fact, the Integrity I was designed with this in mind. It is to symbolize a pillar of trust and respect. It's also in gold so that we can be held to a higher standard, because we want to set the gold standard and be world-class in everything we do. But in the middle of the I, there's this blank space, and it's to represent a number 1. And that's a blank space that does not have a cap on it or a bottom on it. And it's to represent a pure vision of serving one customer at a time. And the reason there's not a cap or a bottom on it is because we don't believe that there's a limit to how many people we can serve. And we want to have this clear vision of serving each individual person in their needs, and make sure that the moral obligation that we have to take care of them is there and that we're always focused on it. And so I am so passionate about the core value of service. It's one of the reasons we set up the Integrity Foundation to give back into our communities. It's the reason that we give every employee the opportunity, and we pay them literally to go serve in their communities. We give every employee paid time off to go serve. And as an Integrity leader, we need to be making those spaces available to them. We need to be looking for opportunities that we can go and say, let's give back. Let's go back and give to this foundation or this charity. Let's look for ways that we can go pick up trash. I mean, simple things as picking up trash on the side of the road or taking gifts to a children's hospital. We are serving people, and our core mission of serving Americans with their life, health, and wealth needs is something that I truly believe, as Zig Ziglar said, we have a moral obligation to tell more people about and to be able to be there for them when they need us the most. Another thing that I love that Zig Ziglar said was that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care about them. Just think about that for a second. It doesn't matter how smart we are, how good we are. It's about how do we care for people and make sure that we're there for them in their toughest times. And that's such an incredible opportunity for us to not only live this out in our daily lives in business by being able to serve people with their life, health, and wealth needs, being able to serve people to make sure that they have the products and services that they need, but it's also about living out that core value around your office, to do the right thing, to pick up the trash when it's on the floor, to make sure that you go above and beyond, to be there, to open a door for a coworker, or to clean up in the kitchen when things are messy, or to bring birthday balloons when it's somebody's birthday, to serve people and to make sure that they know how much you care about them. And then further, it's about taking this all the way to your home and living this out with your family. Being able to serve in your local community. It's about being able to be there for your kids and your entire family. And so all of these core values are connected to each other in such a way that if we live them out, it makes us even better people. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about in the grand scheme of things as well. And so as an integrity leader, one of the best ways that we can lead is by serving our families well. To make sure that we take care of our families at home well, make sure that we take care of our families at the office well, and make sure that we're there for them whenever they need us, so that we can even serve more customers with their life, health, and wealth needs into the future.
You know, in that service video, the thing that it reminded me of is Dad always said that serving is selling and selling is serving. And so when you go out to make a sale, sometimes it doesn't end right.
Yeah.
But when you go out to serve, that's a whole different game, right? Because now you're caring about that individual who's in front of you. Same with our family, right? If we go to serve our family, the relationship gets stronger. So the way that these all build on each other, integrity and family and service, it all comes together in a holistic package. Yeah. It's a powerful thing.
Yeah, it really is a paradigm shift. If you serve enough people, the sales will take care of themselves, right? I've said that for a long time. Whenever I had that paradigm shift personally of the fact that it's not some, the sale is a byproduct, right? It's something that I can't control, but I can control how good I serve you, right? And how we serve each other really means so much in everything we do. But to do that, you have to have respect for each other. And that's why it kind of continues to build on each one of those. And really, when you have respect, it's really paramount. You look at each other, you celebrate their cultures, you celebrate the way that they do everything else. And I know your dad talked a lot about respect as well.
Yeah, respect is foundational. And one of the things that we always talked about as a family and in our business is that, if you ask people, hey, how many of you like to be respected? Yeah. Guess what? 100% of the hands go up. And so if you enter into a conversation in any spectrum and you have a mutual respect or respect for that individual, maybe you disagree on some things, but you respect them and their opinion and where they came from, then that allows you to find common ground. And so with respect, we're able to find out our similarities and focus on that. Usually people who differ a little bit in opinion, they still want the best result for everybody. Yeah. Right? And so when we lead into that, and it's a mindset, right? If we have this mindset of respect, I've never heard somebody say, I quit doing business with them or I left that organization because they just respected me too much. Never heard that before. Yeah. I think we should watch this video.
Let's watch that. Our next core value is the core value of respect. And effective leadership really comes down to how well you respect others. In fact, Zig Ziglar points out that effective communication comes down to mutual respect and communication that inspires and encourages others to do their best. So as a leader here at Integrity, we have to respect others. It's got to be a core value. It's got to be innate within you that we look at each other as being equal. That because I'm a leader doesn't make me better than someone else. Or that because someone else is doing another job doesn't mean that they're beneath anything that anyone else is doing. It's about all of us working together. In fact, there's a proverb that even quotes that the body is made up of many parts and that they all work together for the good. And so if you think about what that means for us is that none of us can do all of the same job. We all have to respect each other. We have to treat each other like family. We have to serve others. We have to have integrity in everything that we do. But it also comes back to making sure that we respect one another. We've got to celebrate each other's cultures. We've got to look for ways that we can serve each other and also give people the benefit of the doubt to make sure that we're all working together for the greater good. And as an integrity leader, the fastest way for us to gain respect from our team and the people around us is the way that we show respect to everyone on our team. It's the way that you serve them, the way that you take care of their needs, the way that you help them through issues, whether that's personal or business. It's really about seeing people as people and making sure that we're there for each other and respecting them the way that they need to be respected as well. And as the golden rule says, treat others as you would want to be treated. But the platinum rule says, treat others the way that they would want to be treated. And all of that starts with respect.
Oh, wow. That was good. That was good. That respect and how you articulated it and how we can carry that out in the organization. And I'll just say, we're in this live session with this group and we're going through this. The respect in the room for each other and for our team that's coming in and leading this. Now, we've had so much interaction along the way, and everybody says, I really like what you just said. And that's just showing that respect. And in all of these things, we can think about respect, we can think about service, we can think about integrity, and that's good. But until we demonstrate it, nobody knows. And that's what I see in the integrity family is the demonstration of all these.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that. And we've been working on this Leadership Academy for over a year of really talking about how we can really build something that really expands our partnership and everything that we do. And partnership is our last core value that we talk about. And it's really an essential element to everything that we do. And really the whole idea of partnership was that if we all come together, we can accomplish more. I liked what in one of the sessions this morning, they said that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with the team, right? And that's really the idea of a partnership, is and that's, if you've watched with our partners here, and we brought in some of our most iconic leaders to be part of this very first Leadership Academy, the spirit of partnership really sets us apart. And everybody's saying, listen, how can I help? What can I do to help grow that? And when you have that type of spirit of partnership that everybody wants to help each other rise to the next level, man, it's something special.
I'll tell you what, it's really partnership. It's the difference between addition and multiplication. If I'm alone and I'm trying to figure something else and how to do it, I might get better at it and I can add to my life, I can add to my business.
Right.
But when I get partners and I'm focused on the who, right? Because there's so much talent here, so many people with different experiences, and I can rely on them as a partner. Hey, what do you think about this? When the who gets involved, that's multiplication. That's where you really start to have an impact industry-wide that is unstoppable.
Man, I hope everybody caught that. The fact that it's the difference between addition versus multiplication. When you add things together, when you add 2 plus 10, you get 12, right? When you multiply 2 times 10, you get 20. That's a huge delta. It changes the course or the trajectory of an organization. And that's really about what we've done here with Integrity, is this idea and the spirit of partnership. So let's watch this quick video about partnership. And that brings us to partnership. The core value of partnership is deeply rooted in everything that we do here at Integrity. In fact, Integrity was started as a partnership. We're actually taxed as a partnership. We're structured as a partnership. And everything that we do when we bring on new partners is by partnering with them and their families in this partnership. In fact, one of the things I was really convicted of a few years ago was by living by these core values, you have to put your money where your mouth is. And what I realized is that our most important people, our employees, were not partners. So we talked about these core values of integrity, of family, of respect, of service, and partnership, but we weren't investing the right way when it came to partnership. And so I went to our board and said, as we continue to move forward, I want to become an employee-owned company. And that meant that we had to take a portion of the company's stock and literally give it away to our employees, our most valued resource. Now that is a hard thing to get people to understand, the fact that we want to give away ownership in a really valuable company. And for me, it was very simple because we have these core values that we want to live by in everything that we do. And if we were going to live by them, then we had to truly live it out, even if it cost us something. And so one of the greatest investments that we've ever made here at Integrity is making every one of our leaders and every one of our employees shareholders in our company so that we can all continue to grow. We can all achieve our career goals and things of that nature, but we can also share in the value that we're creating here at Integrity. And it has been one of the most special things that I've ever been part of, to see how we've all come together, not only to live out these core values, but as partners by being able to serve even more people. So regardless of your role or responsibility here at Integrity, that you get to receive part of the ownership, the American dream of owning a company. So regardless if you're a janitor or an executive, we are all in this together and we all want to be owners in this. And as an Integrity leader, it's incumbent upon all of us to live to this higher standard of these core values. It's important for us to also make sure that we hold our teams accountable to these core values as partners so that we can all achieve more and serve even more people together. Another thing that I'm so proud of here at Integrity is how this spirit of partnership resonates in everything that we do. We have shared services to help take burden off of different offices, to make sure that we can take certain things off of your plate so you can go serve more people. We also have this idea of how partners coming together to share best practices and best ideas to even serve more people. It's about the idea of us partnering with our carriers to make sure that we're creating the right products and services to make sure that we're helping more people. And so all of this ties back together, and it's something that I'm so proud of that we've created and we are creating here. And that's one of the reasons that the Integrity Leadership Academy is so important, to be able to all come together, learn from each other, share best ideas, best practices, see each other as people, and to serve even more people. And I can't wait to see where we go from here, because we are just getting started. Well, man, Tom, I'm so giddy. I'm always excited, but this is the most excited I think I've been, because this is where we take it to the next level. This is where we multiply our effect. This is what you guys have been building with us, and I just can't tell you on behalf of all the Integrity leaders how much it means to us that you're investing in this Leadership Academy. Now, this is a one-of-a-kind, curated Leadership Academy that you and I have been working on with our teams to really come up with something that's only for Integrity. And what we're going to be doing is taking through our top leaders through this Leadership Academy here in Dallas over the next few months. And I can't wait to see what happens as you go through this academy. And then that academy continues to expand. This is an investment, one of the biggest investments we've ever made here at Integrity. And it's an investment in our future. This is not just a 3-day event. You come to Dallas for a 3-day event, and we learn a lot of different tools and resources in order to grow in best practices. But then it continues from there. We've got this 9-month process that we're going to be taking each one of our top leaders through and expanding that throughout the organization. I can't wait to see where we go from here, because I really do think it takes us from adding to different things to now multiplying into the future. And so thank you so much on behalf of all of us here at Integrity for this opportunity.
I tell you what, we are so honored to be a part of this. There's ancient wisdom that says iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And when you have partners that are at the top of their market, doing things the right way, they get brought in because of their values. That's an iron sharpens iron. And then when you get intentional, which is what this Leadership Academy is all about at Integrity, we are intentionally developing leaders who are going to go back and create the next generation of leaders. I love that.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be incredible. And I can't wait for each one of you guys to have this opportunity to learn more about this and really talk to your managing partner about how you can participate in this Leadership Academy because this is going to be one of those things, I think, as we look back in Integrity's history, of one of those moments in time that really took us to the next level. Because as we invest in the next generation of leaders, and all of you, we're going to be able to really come together, use common terms, common language, and look for ways to solve even more problems and serve even more Americans. Thanks again for joining us today. I hope you're as excited as I am to partner with the Zig Ziglar organization and Tom Ziglar and the entire organization that we're building here at the Integrity Leadership Academy. It's going to be an incredible experience for all of you. Thanks again. Take care and God bless you.